In a quiet village, kissed by golden sunlight and the whispers of wind through wheat, lived an old farmer named Babar. Time had carved lines on his face and kindness in his heart. He woke before the stars faded and walked barefoot through fields, working under the blazing sun and the cold moon, all for a few coins and little thanks. Babar worked for Malik Saab, a rich landowner whose heart had grown hard with pride. Malik's words were sharp and his temper shorter than the fuse of a storm. He never praised, only pointed out faults, and he treated Babar more like a tool than a man. Still, Babar served him faithfully, not out of fear, but out of principle. Even when no one sees, God does, Babar would whisper to himself, dusting off his worn turban after a long day. Despite hunger, despite harshness, Babar never took what wasn't his. His hands were rough, but his soul was soft, filled with patience, humility, and a kind of honesty that no cruelty could ever corrupt. Then came the day everything changed. While digging in an unused patch of land, his shovel struck something solid, curious. Babar unearthed an old wooden chest sealed with rust and time. He lifted the heavy lid, and his eyes sparkled. Gold, silver, enough to feed every empty belly in the village. He stood still. The breeze whispered through the trees. Not a soul in sight. His heart thumped. He could leave. He could escape poverty, silence the hunger, live in comfort, at last. But then, a quiet voice within him said, "What is gained without honesty brings no peace to the heart." So Babar, trembling, yet brave, carried the heavy chest all the way to Malik Saab's mansion. When the landlord saw the treasure, he stared in disbelief. "You could have taken this and vanished," he muttered. Babar looked up with tired eyes and said softly, "I would rather sleep on an empty stomach with honesty than feast with a guilty heart." For a moment, the air around them shifted. Malik Saab, a man once ruled by pride, felt a warmth he hadn't known in years. Shame burned in his chest, but so did something new: respect. The next morning, he called Babar again. With quiet eyes and a softened tone, he placed the chest in front of him. "This treasure was hidden in the ground," he said. "But your honesty, that was the real gold." He pushed the chest toward him. "Take it," he said. "It belongs to the man with the richest heart I've ever known." From that day forward, Babar never had to serve anyone again. He built a small but warm home, started his own little farm, and shared his fortune with neighbors in need. But the greatest gift he carried wasn't the chest of coins. It was the peace in his heart, the smiles of children he helped, and the knowledge that honesty had lit the darkest corners of a once-forgotten field. And whenever someone asked him why he returned the treasure, Babar would smile, a soft, humble smile, and say, "Because gold shines only in light, but honesty glows even in the dark."